Hey everybody, welcome to BrickVault. My name's Jack, and this is another live stream. I know I said we'd be doing this like most of, or if not all of the weekdays, but we're starting out Wednesday with this one, and we've got Vermillion Invader from the Ninjago theme. This is the new one. I was actually at the store buying like a couple other Ninjago sets, and this was more of like an impulse buy. I was looking at it, I was like, okay, yeah, we'll get this one too. This is recommended for ages 8 to 14. It is set number 70624, and it has 313 pieces. Sells for €30 or $30 US or 25 pounds, which makes it good. This is pretty much average part to price ratio. You're not paying a whole lot more. It's actually slightly better than average, only by 13 parts. But anyways, it's got a couple of minifigs. I'm not as familiar with the Ninjago universe as maybe some of you guys are, but I really liked the minifig, and there was just something about this design. Like, you know, I like motorcycles, and this is just, it's a 2 wheels in the center, but it's a tread, and I just really want to see how this is going to turn out. So, without further ado, let's get this thing open. And let's switch it down to this camera. Let's do this camera. Okay. And all right. So we've got also that blade piece. I've got the description up somewhere about what the names of all these parts and stuff. And there's a whole storyline that we're following here. But there was just something really awesome about the bad guys. I think the bad guys coming from Nexo Knights right now, and the bad guys from, Nexo Knights and the Ninjago series, both of them, they're really awesome. So here we go. We've got bag number 1, and then bag number 2. I can see a smaller bag in here, so just 2 bags. There's the tread. It's a little bit warped. Hope that doesn't mess around with how well the wheels roll around. Some stickers, decent amount of stickers actually, and 2 manuals. There's number 2. There's number 1. All right. So pretty easy peasy. Let's get this thing on the road. All right, and sweet. I missed this. I got kind of used to doing the live streams the last couple of weeks, like every weekday, and then starting late this week. So now I'm glad to get back in the spin. Hope you all had a good weekend, yeah. I can see some of the people really liked this set from some of the comments already. So this is I'm excited. There's a lot of nice new parts, or not a lot of nice new parts. There are some new parts, and I'm just hoping. The main thing I fear about this particular set is, okay, this is the center point. The main thing I fear is that those spikes in the front of this giant build are going to be kind of wonky, like if you turn the vehicle on its side as it turns, it might spike into the ground. Probably not on a smooth surface like this one, but it's definitely a possibility. So here we go. We've got, who the heck is this guy? This is Zane, right, Zane. Okay. So here we go, we're marking it in, and there's all these crazy armor pieces, as always. Here we go, this is nothing new, but here's a nice metallic looking Zane. I'm going to talk about all of these minifigures into much more detail at the end of the episode, but for now I'm just going to kind of put their parts on and be like, oh, this is cool, this is not cool. The ninjas from Ninjago, same thing with the knights from Nexo Knights, they're not my favorite kinds of minifigures, but all the bad guys I think are so good. So there's Zane, and he's got this thing. I looked up the name of this before. You guys, what is this part? I know what it is. I looked at it in the description. I forgot. Once again, I don't watch the show, so I'm sure somebody's going to say what the heck this thing is. I can't even get into his hand. It's a new piece. I like the dual moldedness to it. I'll show you guys what it looks like closer up at the end, but that's going to be a great part for custom building. And wow, look at this lime green piece. You know that is getting covered up. Let's get this build on the road. Okay. Wow, my fingers are kind of like sticking to the Lego this morning. You ever have that? You just wash your hands or something, and then the Lego just will not. Oh wait, hold on. Putting it on the wrong side already. How is it? I think that's what I do every time I start a build. I always put the wrong piece. I always put the wrong part down first. It's always like one of the very first things I do. I'm like, all right, let's start. Oops, messed up. Like the very first thing, every time. Not every time, almost every time. Here we go. All right. Time blade. Time blade, time blade, time blade, time blade, time blade, time blade. It's a time blade. Hey guys, thank you. Okay, it's a time blade. I like it because I say something and the responses I get from you guys, because there's like a 10-second, 15-second delay. I'll be talking and then you guys will respond like immediately to what I say, but then I'll talk about something else for 15 seconds and then time blade, time blade, time blade, time blade. Or if sometimes when I ask a question in the live stream and I don't like immediately respond to what people say, it's because, yeah, it doesn't show up for me until like 15 seconds later. But thank you. Okay, time blade. It's a time blade. Yeah. So whatever that does, I guess it goes through time. I'm not even gonna. Don't even answer that. It's a time blade. It looks cool. It's a good original mold. And that's as far as I know. It is kind of hard to get into the minifig's hand, though. I did just discover that it's not as simple, not quite as nice fitting as some of the other minifig weapons or accessories. Ooh, this is an interesting sort of. Oh, this is a bit of the land. Yeah, this is like a sort of an ambush spot. I remember seeing this in the video. So, or not the video, the just the set. So we're building a tiny little piece of land. This is kind of a cool, weird little design. It's supposed to just be like rock and stuff, but it kind of looks okay. There's this weird little back and forth thing going on, and there it is. So we should be able to just, okay, I think it's not a catapult. Oh, I see. So we've got, it's supposed to have like snakes and stuff. I think this is like a pit and it opens up and there's supposed to be snakes that come out. That's what the manual's telling me, you can see. But yeah, that's a little ambush thing for when this thing is coming by. So let's see now, moving it out, and we're actually starting the build for this ridiculous looking vehicle. I gotta say, it's usually within the Ninjago series and not as much the Nexo Knight series that I have some of my favorite sets. I did my top 10 of the year list. Episode top 10 of the year for 2016 not that long ago, and I don't think I actually put any of the Ninjago sets in there, but there were a handful that were like definitely in the top 20, whereas aside from that Fortrex set, I thought in general the vehicles that come from Nexo Knights are just a little bit cooler. I think also it's just got a longer history of just making cool, weird, they reinvent themselves every season. So there's just a lot more kind of craziness and wackiness. I liked the big floating structures and stuff. Kind of reminded me of Nausicaa, Valley of the Wind. But yeah, so generally speaking, I do like the vehicles that come from Nexo Knights a little bit more. They're just like more fun. I think it's just a more well-established theme that kind of knows what it wants and what people want from it, and it kind of feeds off pretty well from itself. So here we go. Getting this bad boy in. Nice. And, right. Okay, sticker time, sticker time. There are a lot of stickers in this set. Or, average? I can't tell. Average for a Nexo Knight set, I'd say, probably, yeah. Average for a Nexo Knight set, but probably not a huge amount of stickers. These ones I actually don't mind putting on as much on these curved pieces. It's definitely the triangular shaped pieces. Those are the ones that I'm always I get tired of, sort of. But this isn't too bad. The long rectangular Lego pieces are probably the easiest part to put a sticker on. The worst is the 1x2. The 1x2 stickers are the worst because it's the hardest to get look just right. Most of the other ones you don't have to get perfect, but it's very, very easy to make passable. These ones, 1x2 is not so much. All right, here we go. It's all about the Technic pins. This is, well, here, I'll try to maybe mirror image the build for you guys a little bit, but I don't know how well I can mirror image. Sometimes your brain doesn't wrap around it as easily as you'd like, and then it gets all weird and you build something wrong, you build something backwards. All right. Here we go, here we go, here we go. Oh, I didn't even realize I wasn't putting it onto there. No, we're attaching it to this bad boy here. Okay. So we're building the main part of the base. There has to be a really strong structure because, I mean, this is going to take a lot of tension. And I just really hope that they didn't design it kind of in a funky, weird way where if you're rolling it around, it's like easier to roll, and then it gets stiff, and then it gets easy again. That is what I'm afraid this set is going to end up being. 1, 2, 3, 4. But that is sort of the price you pay for trying to have an ambitious design that's a bit different from what normal people make, or from what normal sets try to do. So let's see if it's successful. Success. But yeah, this was not a planned buy. I went out to the Lego store specifically to buy a certain couple of Nexo sets and Ninjago sets. And then as I was there, I was like, oh, that's kind of a cool looking vehicle. I don't know, there's something about it that I just really like. So I went out and got this one too. And hopefully my impulse buying I won't pay for it morally. I won't be disappointed. Here we go. All right. I think this attaches on there. Oh wait, hold on. Nope, I'm smart. Okay, this attaches there, and we're gonna have a nice curving down angle once these pins are in, if I can get it. All right, so there we go. So it's stuck at this sort of pivotal point, if you can see. There we go, like this. Then I have a feeling, yeah, we're gonna hook it up on the other side so it's super solid. Oh wow, yeah, we're attaching a bunch of stuff now. Okay, we're getting these 3 pins and we're putting them all in and we're getting it sort of set up. All right, so this comes through and mark it off. The Technic cross pieces. I have noticed that Ninjago sets, or actually, let's be fair, all Lego sort of playable sets, they're all really just Technic sets on the inside, and then with nice Lego bricks that really make up the external detailing on the outside. That's what I've noticed, and that's what this one definitely feels like. It really is just all Technic on the inside, and then we're gonna have just like nice sort of the beauty shots, or the there's a word I'm looking for, but yeah, the nice details on the outside are gonna just sort of exemplify it, and you'll like, oh, that's all just normal Lego bricks, and it's like, nope, no, it's not. It is mostly Technic, but that's what allows for the cool functions. So let's see. All right, that's all in. Got the bare bones coming in, nice. Okay, lots of stuff. Yeah, this is a crazy solid build. Here we go. Nice. All right. Real cool, man. Do you guys like this second camera that's like you can see me in the corner building? I know we used to have like one, but I don't know. I got rid of the manual cam because I didn't think that was very useful. And then since then, this one's just gotten smaller, the video of me down. But I think it might be, I don't know. As long as it doesn't get in the way of the build, I think it should be good. But let me know if you guys think it's good, having this little corner cam. Remember, this is, even though we've been live streaming for like a couple of weeks, sort of regularly, pretty regularly now actually, it is still a super new concept to us, and we're just kind of playing around and seeing what works and what doesn't work. But I think this is better. I mean, I did this because I think it is better. Am I reading the comments? I try to read the comments as much as possible, guys, but if you watched the first few live streams, I was reading the comments and responding a lot more, but also the live stream would go twice as long. I mean, you know, everybody has different rates in which they build Lego. And generally speaking, I've noticed, I mean, I do this, I build a little slower when I'm talking, not as much. Like I can talk and like say things, kind of go back and forth just like I'm talking right now. But if I'm looking away from the build and like reading stuff, yeah, then it'll really, I mean, it'll be compounded, like a lot of extra stuff is going by. So I do try to look up as much as possible, but there's sort of a happy medium of me reading comments and being responsive, and then also just building the darn Lego, because that's what this is about. I do like just building the Lego, and I think the faster I get through this, the more interesting it is, and fun just to see how it comes together, you know, instead of like a slow conversation and I just stop and I'm just like, hey, how's it going? But this looks pretty good, actually. I like the shape of this so far. I just kind of like the sleek angle that it's making. And I mean, I liked the shape of it before when I bought it. That was part of the selling point for me. I was like, ooh, this just looks good. It's just got like it's like really gritty and like beefy because it's got that sort of tank tread, but it's also just got a really fun, sleek, sort of like almost sports car kind of feel to it. So it's like a sporty tank car motorcycle. That's what this build really is. Sorry, I'm pushing this forward. This is kind of far away. I'm almost building like far away. You want to kind of pull the build close to your chest sometimes when you're making stuff. But all right, here we go. So the tread's good. It doesn't feel like it's gonna start getting weak. Like that was the thing, that the rubber was a little bit warped when I pulled it out of the package, and I was like, oh, I hope that doesn't make rolling this thing around kind of weird. But I don't think that'll be the case. What I'm looking for? Oh, here we go. Of course, it's whenever it's the last one of these pieces. Sorry, the build is so far away from me. I should have set the camera out just a little closer. I packed the rig up during the weekend, and I just pulled it out today, and I didn't really properly set up the dimensions. I was just kind of running through a little bit, but not in a huge way. What's up, Mike? Nothing much. What you looking for? The robins are actually on a black stand in the, like, they're next to all the other ones. They're kind of not next to all the other guys right now. You'll see them. We're messing around with our Lego minifigure collection today, moving all the figs around. We got a brand new, well, we've actually had it for like a week or two, but we finally got all the minifigs we needed to kind of fill it out. We got a brand new stand though, and it is massive. I guess it's not much of a spoiler alert, but we've got, almost every single Marvel and DC minifigure. Just everything, just all of them. There's a few of the Batman sets that we've ordered on the Lego store but haven't arrived. So we're kind of waiting on those guys. But pretty much, yeah, we have everything else. All the old figs, everything collectible from like the past, that's there. And we got a minifigure stand, a single custom-made minifigure stand that will hold all of them. Every single one of them, all Marvel and DC in one single stand, bolted to the wall. You've probably seen it in the background of some of our city episodes recently. Oh, dang it. My hands are like shaky. We've put it in the back. It's definitely been in the background of some of the city shots. It's bright blue. And I like the blue because it kind of, all the darker minifigs like on the black stands don't show up quite as much, especially from longer distances. So, yeah, that's part of it. Is, oh, wait a second. I put the sticker. These are two slightly different stickers, believe it or not. They look like they could be the same detailing, but they're not. It's like all metal and snaky. But I put the top one down on top of where the other one should be. And now, of course, these curved slope pieces are a little bit harder to pull out. Here we go. Didn't think I was going to have to use it, but I had to use it. Okay, there we go. Yep. Just move it back. There it is. One was in front of the other, in front of the other. Fortunately, that was a sticker mistake that's very easy to correct. And yeah, but anyways, we do have this massive minifigure stand. It is pretty much the coolest minifig stand ever. Anything I've ever seen. Like, we've filled up all of DC and Marvel together, and there's still a lot of space. Generally speaking, though, the way in which Lego is producing so much Marvel and DC stuff now, I don't know how long we're gonna be able to just have all Marvel and DC on the stand before we fill out. Because every year now they probably make, I don't know, another 100. I mean, between the two series, they probably, yeah, they come up, maybe not 100, no, close to 100. So I think at the end of this year, and why am I missing? Oh, it's right here. It's like in my hand. Okay, sorry about that. Yeah, but anyways, so we're having some crazy stuff. I hope you guys are getting stoked for the Lego Batman movie. That is something I actually think I'm looking forward to this more than the Lego movie. The Lego movie, when they announced it, I was like, okay.
So go see the movie.
With the Batman movie?
Yeah.
Or yeah. Oh, dude. I mean, I'm gonna not be in town when it comes out. I'm actually gonna probably see it in Vietnam. Yeah. Yeah, no, when the Lego movie came out, I know people were kind of looking at it like, the Lego movie, this is weird. And then it was written really well, and it was like super funny, and like Will Ferrell was good, and the story was good, and the character, it was like a good movie. But I wasn't looking forward to it. I was kind of just like, oh, okay, this is going to be interesting. Whereas the Batman movie, we were like familiar with the character. He's super funny, and now I'm just like, okay, like Lego knows how to make a good movie. Maybe this Batman movie will be even better. It could be. I don't know. Generally, side character movies are always kind of not as good as the original, so I'm always good to be wary about that. But hopefully optimistic, everybody. Hopefully optimistic. Okay. Did I forget a piece? Somebody said I forgot a piece. I'm looking back. I can't tell because it's 15 minutes back, but all right, if I forgot a piece, I'll hopefully... You don't want to forget a piece during a Technic section because, you know, ripping apart two halves of a Technic build is never fun or easy. So I do want to make sure that I built it correctly. But then again, the comment that came in was like, 15 seconds late or something because that's how the stream goes. So it's always possible that, yeah, it's always... Oh, here we go. Here we go. It's all coming together. The two halves make a whole. Okay, there's that. And there's... Okay. So many things to line up. I'm just trying to eyeball it. I don't want to okay. I didn't actually look to see if this was correct. I'm just eyeballing it entirely. I think we're getting there though. Oh. Too many little... Oh. Once one side gets in, then the other side comes out, and then the other side gets in, then the other side comes out. Okay. Up, 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 up. Ooh. Okay. You definitely have to push this thing down, but it feels really smooth. I'll play around with it a little bit more, but yeah. Yeah. You're not going to be able to see the internal structure of this quite as easily when I'm finished, so this is what it looks like on the inside right now. I do like the angle of the tread. It's a good, like, sleek angle. Definitely forward, down. It looks like a sports car tank. That's what I'm going to call this thing. Well, no, it's not like a sport motorcycle tank, really. So, yeah. I'm hoping... Now, that was my one fear, talking about, like, okay, maybe this thing's not going to roll around that easily. You do have to push it down a little bit. Maybe when there's more Lego weight on top of this, it'll be a little bit easier. But my second fear about this... Oh, man, this thing keeps on wanting to jump away from me. My second fear about the build is those spikes that stick out in the front. We're going to be building these giant spikes. My second fear is that they're going to be bad. Like, they're just not going to... Oh, interesting. Okay. So we're going to have a slingshotty function back here, so I don't know what that's going to do. But it's there. Oh, and connect it out. Okay, there we go. So now we've got a rubber band piece in there, and assuming that we build the next section out. But I'm afraid that this build is going to be just a little bit like the spikes out of the full... I'm going to try to roll this around on the carpet and see if the spikes actually dig into the carpet when you try to make a turn. Because that'll be a little... I don't know. I like it when everything runs smoothly, especially with a motorcycle, because it's all about kind of making those fun, sleek turns and stuff like that. So, hopefully... Oh, wait, it goes, back this way. Oh, interesting. Okay, and it sticks right in. Interesting. Okay, I like the way that looks. This is probably going to be really well balanced. It's going to be able to hold itself up a lot easier than it is right now with all this side weight and stuff. So that should be good. I'm once again, hopefully optimistic. If that is that an expression? I don't think it is. Here we go. Okay, waffles or pancakes? Waffles or pancakes? There it is. Bronson in action, coming in with the hard-hitting questions. Did I forget stickers? Oh, I totally did. Wait a second. Did it ask me to put... No, I didn't. Wait, it asked me to put stickers on one side and then not on another? Oh, wait. It's because it's layered. Okay, so the bottom one doesn't have stickers, but the top one totally does. Got it. Okay, but Bronson in action is asking me, do I like waffles or pancakes? And I think the answer for me is pancakes. I don't know why. I think I'm just used to eating those... The pancakes are a little bit smaller, or you can just like easily make them smaller, where a waffle is almost always that kind of standard waffle size, and it's a lot. Like, you have 3 waffles, and you are done. Like, you are too full, and you can't move. And waffles have that way of... Or actually, both waffles and pancakes. But if you have just too much of it, just a little bit too much, then then you're like... not feeling that good. Oh, interesting. Okay. So there we go. So we got the stickers here. So waffles for sure. Waffles for sure. Or actually, no, pancakes for sure. Sorry. But I did see a video the other day of this guy making a Japanese pancake. That's what he called it. And he kind of like fluffed up the egg whites or something, and he made the dough super fluffy, and it was like a pancake. It looked like really light, but it looked super. It was just tall. It was crazy tall. So that's a pancake I'd like to try in the future. It's like a pancake, but 10 times thicker than it should be. I think that would be delicious. Here we go. And moving through. Sorry. I keep moving it towards me to see what I'm looking at, but that's what I'm doing. I'm building the second half of this. Right when I finish the spikiness that I've got going on here, then the build should be complete for this first bag. And we can move on to that gigantic spikiness and the cool bad guy figs. You ever notice how Lego does that? Where you build a set and you're like, that minifigure looks awesome. And then they say, you have to wait to the last bag to build that guy. I think Lego kind of instinctively knows which minifigs they think people are going to like. And then when you're building the set, they always kind of save best for last. That's just my personal opinion. Because almost every single minifigure where I'm looking at it like, ooh, this is what I want, then they always say, oh, that's in bag 10 or something, like right at the very end. I think that's like a psychology thing Lego plays on us. They're like, ooh, like, all right, how are they going to, like, what's the most excitement? Like, how can we build up the most excitement even during the build? Like, it's a very subtle thing that they do, but incredibly effective when you think about it. Like, I think they actually think about the psychology of how people feel as they're building a Lego set. So that's just one of the things. That's my personal theory. I don't actually know if that's true, but it's just some consistency that I keep on seeing. Like, the coolest figs are always at the end. Almost always at the end. Not entirely. It's also partially about your sort of opinion, but generally speaking, I think Lego, they hedge their bets. They say, okay, everyone's going to like this guy. Let's put him in bag 5, or put him in bag 10, or whatever it is. All right, here we go. Okay, there we go. And hold on, I thought I was almost done with this build, but there is one more Technic cross piece right at the back here. Let's see if I can't show this last little bit off. Okay, so you kind of have to push it in halfway, and then get this guy lined up with the proper area, and then push it all the way through and lop it off. Easy peasy. That's going to keep, I don't know what that's going to form. It should keep things kind of a little bit level. Wait a second, is this supposed to touch the ground? It does. Oh, what? That's interesting. It kind of keeps weird. Actually, I don't know if I like that. They put this little wheel on the bottom to kind of, if you see it, it just barely rolls against, I don't know if you can't see it like on the angle, but it rolls against, and so if you're pushing right in the back, you can see this isn't really catching that well. And if you push it down in the front, it'll catch a lot better because a lot more of the weight is in the front. I think it'll make it easier to slide around ultimately because there's less friction here, but it makes this thing catch not as well. So, I don't know. I don't know if I like that idea. I see why they did it, give a little bit less tension on this, but it might end up making the tread not track as well. It'll push easier, it just won't look as good. Ah, wait a second. I forgot this part. I think this is what somebody was telling me. I forgot a piece, and I think I forgot putting this little... Oh, I remember that. Okay, now I can move on to bag 2. Okay. Well, this guy's still staying in the shop, but let's open up second bag. Bag 2 technically is bag 2 and bag 3. Here we go. All right. All right. Let's get Zane in the corner. Okay. Now, this theme has a lot of these pieces. Honestly, I don't know. These will be cool for making custom builds, but it's a piece I don't think I normally would be using that much. There's a lot of them in this set, but the minifigures here, okay, I swear. There's just something about these guys that just, I like them so much. And hold on, these guys both have ridiculous names. I'm gonna totally mess this up, but like, okay, we've got Commander Ragmuck and Slackjaw. So obviously the Commander guy is, the Commander guy must be the brown dude, because his armor is just way bigger and way thicker, and he looks cooler, and he's got a cooler weapon, and everything about him is better, or cooler. But we've got, hold on, let me I moved it around in window. I can't see where I'm building. Okay, there we go. And so yeah, and he's also got brown skin. I kind of like the red skin better, but his armor is 10 times cooler. So let's get these minifigs built, because these are some of the coolest guys that I saw from like the entire winter 2017 wave. I'm most excited about particularly the minifigs from the bad guy minifigs from Ninjago. Okay, let's see. I'm trying to get everything in the shot before. Oh, whoa! This is a cool piece. This is like the Uruk-hai sword from Lord of the Rings, except they molded it in like this kind of light copper. But that's not his weapon. I guess we're going to attach that to the vehicle somewhere. I think that would have been a great weapon, though. Okay, so like which? Okay, red goes with red. Orange goes with orange. Let's not overthink this. All right, and I think there's one more armor piece I'm looking for. Oh, there's the axe head. That's a new piece. And here's the sword piece. That's also new. New. Okay, and they're not using. I think they call this piece a lightsaber blade, but it's like the perpendicular piece as to the normal Star Wars lightsaber blade. I think it actually looks good though as a bottom hilt. I think that was a good choice for Lego. And he doesn't have any shoulder armor. That's what I was looking for. He doesn't have two expressions, both cool. I'm going to show these guys off a lot closer at the end. Just know that I think they look good. Oh, weird. He's got these transparent snake things. Ah, the armor. Okay, this guy particularly, and this armor piece, I just like so much. This is Commander Ragmuck. Not a big fan of the name, but big fan of the fig. Okay, here we go. And that helmet is so good. I like it when it's just the solid gunmetal. Oh wait, I should have been building his weapon too. So, anyways, this is what we got going on for these minifigs. I think they're some of the cooler things you can get right now, and I can't wait to start putting out like crazy demon attack scenarios in the city or something. That'd be funny to have these guys, or they're just sitting at a bar or something. Speaking of which, I need to get a bar for the city. So both of the minifigs are done. All the minifigs are done now. Commander Ragmuck's cool, but the foot soldier guy, Slag something, he's a good dude. Okay, but we're moving him out of the shot. Full review at the end when I'm finished with this thing. All right, the Vermillion Invader. Okay. Invade, sorry. It's not the Invader. That's the name of the set, is Vermillion Invade. Now, I'm not building two of these, am I? No, okay. Always check to make sure when you have a big thing to build, it's not asking you to make two. Or check to make sure if it is asking to make two. Sorry, that's me speaking more precisely. Because it can be a huge pain when you go through all these things and you're searching through all these parts, and then it says, by the way, that's ×4. And you go, oh, okay. Gotta do it all over again. Because the searching for the parts, guys, searching for the parts. That's the biggest time suck, I think, out of building Lego. Unless you're building a really, really simple city set, and then the biggest time suck is just flipping through the pages fast enough, because each single section is like, put one piece on, put one piece on, put one piece on. Here we go. Oh, wait. Ooh, almost put that on the wrong side. Okay. Can you see what I'm building? Sorry if it's in kind of the corner. I set the camera up just slightly further away than normal. I guess now's a good time. I like to do halfway through the build. If you joined a little bit later, this is the Vermillion Invade set number 70624. And it has 313 pieces. Sells for $30, 30 euro, or 25 pounds, which makes it a decent part to price ratio. Just like slightly above average. Like just ever so slightly above average. But so it's good, and it's an extremely unique design. So, I think we're gonna have a good set on our hands. I do like the way this thing rolls around. That weird bottom tracer wheel. I don't know if that was the greatest idea, but so far so good. Okay, here we go. ×2 can be a real pain. Well, it can be a real pain if you don't see what ×2 is in the manual. I can't remember, but a few times. The old sets wouldn't say ×2, the instruction manual. It would just show like a second picture of it next to it, and you'd say okay. And then if you get used to building it one way, there's a year cutoff point. If you're building an older set, and then you look at the instructions, it actually kind of forgets to tell you like, oh, by the way, you should have done this, and then you go, oh man. Interesting. Okay, so we're building it out this way. And we're covering it up this way. Nice. It's kind of kind of a bit of strange building here. I hope you can see these red highlights sometimes don't come out as well on the camera as other colors. So I hope you can see some of the detail. I made sure that the light was a little bit lower than normal because of that, because red really doesn't look good, especially with these kind of... Actually, no, this Panasonic we're using is actually pretty good. But in general, cameras don't like red. And so you have to move accordingly. I don't know if you guys noticed that in some of our other videos, like the red parts of a minifigure always just look like blown out or something. You have to try to compensate for that as much as possible. Ooh, this is new. Oh, I thought this was one brand new snake piece, but it's not. It's actually kind of a cut off. Oh, I thought it was gonna be one. Okay, I thought it was gonna be cooler than that. Sorry. I'll show you what I mean at the end. Remember, I get impressions right now as I build, but I'm not gonna go into all this great detail until the very end, because there kind of isn't like a point. But I was expecting that curved snake piece to be one solid. Oh, I see why. Oh yeah, I was expecting it to be like more of a solid piece, and now I'm building another section, and this is what threw me off. Okay, I'll show you what I mean when I finish this section. But I got kind of thrown off by this. Isn't that? No, it's like it is too bad when you build something you're like, oh, this looks really cool. Oh wait, oh it's just this. It's a visual trick. I mean, clever on their part. Don't get me wrong, but I just would have liked a new mold for a snake is all. Okay, yeah. So this is what got me right here. So you put this little part on the bottom, and then you stick on. Well, first you reinforce it so it doesn't fall off like I just broke it off. Get another little bit of reinforcement. I have a feeling I'm going to be building the opposite version of this in just 1 second as well. But here it is. So this is the new snake slithery mold piece, and from afar, when you add this and then that curved tooth piece on the other side, it looks like a single solid snake mold, but it's really not. That's what totally threw me off for this build. So I don't know, could have been better. Okay, yeah, and then this thing kind of comes in this way. Did I build this the proper? Okay, I did build this the proper way. And then you snap it right on. Oh, you snap it right on this way. Okay, sorry. You don't want to do it the opposite way. And then it should come onto this side. Which hole? Okay, right in the back. Okay. Boom. Okay, yeah, so the snake's kind of sticking out from here. I have a feeling we're going to be doing a bit more sort of embellishing on this side. It doesn't look nearly complete enough. Oh, we're doing that right now. But, yeah, so... All right, let's move them out. Let's build this whole section. All right, here we go. Flash is the best Lego Magician Challenge. My dad is director in... Somebody says their dad is a director in Marvel Studios. Tell them I want to visit. I'll go to Marvel Studios. I'll fly over there. I'm fine with that. All right, here we go. All right. And... boom. All right. Moving this in, moving this out. Here we go. So this is the part I'm building right now that I think might be sort of it'll look cool, but it could have potential to be sort of a play problem, or in terms of just, you might end up derailing this thing as you're driving it around. That was what I was afraid of, and that is what we're about to find out. Nice. Here we got this piece in. Get some cheese wedges on the side, kind of smooth it out. All right. All right, let's get this thing in. Can you guys hear the music all right? I haven't messed around with the music settings in a while. I think I finally found like something that isn't too loud or isn't too terrible or something. Well, actually, no. This is still the free to use music iTunes stuff. I want to get more like licensed music. That would be cool. Okay, so interesting. So we've got, this is definitely a new mold color for this piece. Awesome sword mold we've seen before. But this is cool. I honestly wish this could just be the weapon for Commander Ragnar, or he could honestly hold it. I think that's just, it matches up with his colors, and it looks good. That old Lord of the Rings piece that's been remolded. Oop, the pages are stuck together. There we go. Nice. So this thing's coming together, and hopefully it's not. Ooh, wow! I'm building everything wrong. Hopefully it's not going to just turn into this kind of weird thing. As soon as I attach it and then I try to lean it from side to side, it just drags into the ground. Once again, it probably won't even be a problem unless you're playing with it on a carpet. But remember, playset needs to be playable. Okay, there it is. So we should be able to, now let's see. Okay, it should match up just right here. Okay, so there it comes on. It's got to match up with like over 10 studs, so it takes a little bit of pressing in. There we go. I like that. The snake kind of comes over the side. And, whoa. Yeah, this thing's, oh, weird. Okay, I see how they did that. Yeah, there's a blocker, so you can't even lean it too much. I don't know. I don't know if I like that much. All right. Kind of wish it had just more range of motion. But we will. I'll show you what I mean by all that. Wait, is that blade facing in the correct direction? Oh, it is. Okay, I thought it kind of turn it out might have looked better, but all right. Let's move. We're now building onto the other side. So let's get. We're basically making the second half of pretty much everything I just made, but it's not a ×2 because it's all opposite. Generally speaking, I could have just tried building the mirror image of it as we went, but I think it is just, your brain, some people's brains are better at wrapping around looking at the opposite image than others. And here we go. So let's get that on. Let's get this on. Let's get this on. Okay, and we are doing this like that. Okay, so we start off, and there it is. Ooh. How do I not remember? Oh, yeah. See, now I think I know, and I start just building it without looking at the instructions because I did sort of the same thing. And now that I think I know how it works, I skip stuff. You ever do that? You're like, oh, okay, I did this once before. Oh, wait a second. Now that I'm doing it again, I'm messing up even more than the first time. That is exactly what I just did. All right, boom. Do I like Rogue One? Yes. Not only did I like Rogue One, I liked Rogue One more than I liked The Force Awakens. I thought it was just better. I thought the movie was better. I thought the acting was better. I thought everything was better. Like, truly, I think everything about Rogue One, I think I liked more than The Force Awakens. Doesn't mean I didn't like The Force Awakens. I just thought Rogue One was just super bossy. Good movie all around. And I'm looking forward. It gives me hope for some of the other Star Wars sort of side movies that are coming out. But I have to say, I don't know, there's just something, I just feel weird about them trying to do a Han Solo origins story movie. I don't know. Is this going to be weird? I mean, they're probably, like, it'll be nice, like, as like a longtime fan, you'll be like, oh, this is how Han and Chewie met. I have a feeling they would include, like, a detail like that, which would be, it tugs on those nostalgia strings really hard, but it's just going to be weird. I don't know. Part of me just doesn't sit well with me. Doing, taking a character role that's so iconic for, like, Harrison Ford, and then trying to, change it up in such a significant way. Oh wait, that's why I'm not finding the piece, because that's not the piece I need. Okay, I built this before. Why am I messing it up already? Han Solo. What's the other one? There's a Han Solo origin movie that's coming out. Are they doing a Yoda one too? I think that was part of it, right? Somebody was saying that they might do a Yoda origin movie. Which, I don't know. Actually, Yoda origin movie for some reason doesn't irk me as much as Han Solo, and that's maybe because, I prefer them to make a Yoda origin movie than a Han Solo one. Because Han Solo hasn't really been messed around with much in the Star Wars universe, whereas Yoda's been animated in the Clone Wars. He's been animated in the Episode 1, 2, and 3, as well as the Clone Wars and stuff. So, them changing him up yet again for yet another movie or venue or something. Like, okay, they've already messed around with Yoda quite a bit. Let's see if the movie's any good. Whereas Harrison Ford has only been Han Solo, so it's like, okay, like no matter, like this will be the first deviation from that. And hardcore, like old school fans, like adults, just I don't know, just aren't going to get into it as much. I know I'm already not as into it, but so yeah, I prefer the Yoda one. No Yoda movie. People are saying no Yoda. I mean, I don't know. Yeah, part of it is it's like how much do you want to mess with the original thing, the original thing that made the franchise awesome, that has all, that brought all the original fans in, that the reason why it's a big movie, big franchise today. How much do you really want to change before it's going to be kind of like unrecognizable? It's kind of, I guess it's up to you, or it's up to the studio, but at a certain point, you can go too far. Okay. There we go. So we're getting the second section on. Cool. All right. And then, yeah, you can guess what this next half is, the longer bit. Here we go. This one was a little bit simpler to build. That other section, I don't know. It looks simple, but it's got a lot of weird, finicky parts that are kind of sticking here and sticking there. And remember, full review at the end. I'm going to show you guys close up. I'll zoom the camera in on like the minifigs and stuff so you can really see some of those details. And I'll try to ride this thing around. I don't know if I can get the camera on the carpet, but I'll ride it around on the carpet and see if it's going to gouge the floor. I don't think it will, because I can already see that it's already blocked off. It can't go any lower than that. But it is kind of like, meh. It looks so good. I just wanted it because it looks so good, and I have a feeling it's not going to be... I like being able to lean motorcycles around. That's just like a big thing that I like to do. And so when the toy doesn't have that option as a two-wheel front and back, it just feels wrong. I don't know why. I think I'm super biased with that. I know that doesn't bother a lot of people. Sorry, that was kind of out of the shot. I know that doesn't bother a lot of people, but if there's a motorcycle build for Lego and you can't lean it from side to side, I just immediately don't like it. I don't know why. I mean, I do know why, but it's not because it's like a bad build or something. It's just because that's my personal preference. Okay, here we go. Star Wars. Okay. Are you going to do the assembly square live? Yep. Yeah, I think so. The assembly square. We've got some ideas of doing some longer live builds for this show for BrickVault in the future. But I warn you, if it's going to be a crazy long build, like this is going to be like a little over an hour with the review and everything. If it's going to be a crazy long build, like the assembly square or the Ferris wheel. We have the Ferris wheel set that we want to put in the city. We might do a live stream of that, but it's not going to be like me talking a bunch. We might do like little breaks for question and answer. I think that would be easier. But for the most part, it would just be like a lot of sort of silent building, and we'd be like listening to music and stuff like that. Because, building for 8 hours, some of those builds are going to be straight up 8 hours. That's too much to try to just keep talking about stuff. I can ramble for a solid hour, but at a certain point, you can't do it anymore. Oh, wow. Wait a second. So now we've got the sides built. This thing is pretty much in its most pure state, but it's got some crazy... this is where the function is, the attack function, and this is going to be kind of like a catapult. We're building a catapult that's supposed to shoot snakes. That's a really satisfying... that's actually... It's got like a really nice amount of tension. That feels really good. Okay. That is actually kind of cool. I like that. All right, let's get some of these. It almost looks like exhaust, like big exhaust pipes, but that's not what it's supposed to be. It comes on through, and we should get some connector pieces at the end. Right. And yeah, they kind of sit a little bit loose, but that works. Very spinny around here. And then, yes, this is, I always like this Technic piece. You can do a lot of fun things with the perfect triangular Technic build. There we go. So this is gonna, I think this is what's gonna be the thing that holds, yeah, I think this is the holder for the giant snake stone ball thing. I don't know what you call them, but it's gonna shoot all those, the egg. I think it's a big egg and it shoots snakes. Pretty effective weapon, I think, if you ask me. And there it goes, and then one more spike. This is, yeah, I'm almost positive this is the holder. And then this bad boy comes on down. All right, so we've got this little Triforce thing going on. Oh, wait, ×2, dang it, didn't see that. Oh, whatever, it's an easy thing to make. Always pay attention to the manual, guys, ×2. Actually, well, I don't know how much faster it would have been if I'd built them separately out. Here we go. Coming in hot. We're almost there, by the way. If you've tuned in semi recently, I'm going to do a full review of this set. at the end, and we're getting there. I don't know if you can tell, but this is the entire set, and I'm just building the catapult attack function, and we should be done. So there's some flags, and there's some more stickers too. So I know I'm gonna have to mess around with that. I think that's like for Zane or something. The minifigures get their little totem flag things that they like to mess around with. There we go. So these is probably going to attach to both sides in the back. Interesting, yeah. So they're both their own separate launchers. So we just stick it in there. We get another one in there, and we should. Oh, wait a second. This looks a little funny. Actually, there's a way to do it where, yeah, the proper one is sticking up, so it's kind of inverted. So you have to take it out, and then yeah, this is the proper one. There we go. And oh yeah, okay, and there's flags that stick out of the back of here. So I'm going to try to turn this bad boy around so you can just see what the heck these last few pieces are. And yeah, we got the flags going on just like I was going to say. Okay. Doesn't matter which one, I don't think. I think they're exactly the same. Okay, let's get that on. Do not like the stickery stuff, but it's fine. It's supposed to be a flag. It's supposed to be the detailing. It looks like a kind of a messed up and broken looking flag, but it doesn't look that good. And then it comes on to the back here. And the detailing is supposed to sort of just face on the outside and not so much on the inside. Second one going on. We're almost there. It's like, you can feel it. I don't know if you guys do any long distance running, but it's that last final stretch. You just start trying to run as fast as you can just to get the last bit of energy out before the race is over. That is exactly what is happening right now. Okay. Why does this look funny? Why did I get... Oh yeah, okay, never mind. I don't know what I'm doing. Okay, there it is. Coming in, and we're building the rocks. The rocks where the snakes will just hang out, I guess. And they're asking... Oh, interesting. Okay, so I thought snakes were going in here, but they're not. You put just 3 of those single transparent stud pieces. I don't know if this matters. Wait, it does. Wait, what? They're all inverted. Oh, okay, so it doesn't actually connect in on top of anything. So you can't attach these things. They're only inverted studs. And then, here we go. Boom. Weird egg piece. It's kind of got that hexagonal geometric thing. This is going to be used in sci-fi builds for sure. And, oh, it wants... Yep, you put a little bit of transparent red. Not on the other side, just on one side, which... I don't know. Oh, I see why. Okay, so there's a stud that sticks out in here. So you can kind of... Oh, yeah, so they stay on if you want. And then you can launch it. I haven't... Okay, that's it. Wait a second. Where do these little details go? I probably forgot just a couple of tiny little red details in the back. Oh, wait, I see. Sorry. Oh man, that's kind of like way on the inside. I'm a dingle. Wait. Yeah, wait, no, it's not. No, it's right in the back. Okay. That's what happens. When you look at the end and you see any piece that's bigger than like a little 1x1 stud or like a Technic pin, that means you messed up. There we go. Okay. I thought I was done. I messed up two little spots. Okay. So we are out skis. I'm moving all the parts off to the side. And here we go. I'm going to actually just barely zoom this out a little bit so you can see more of the set. I'm showing off the vehicle first, then the minifigs. Vehicle first, then the minifigs. So let's get everything in the shot, though. We've got a bunch of these snakes. And here we go. Okay, that's close enough. Okay. Booyah! All right. And Zane is here. Okay, can y'all see? There's Zane. Let's move this back. Stickers are out. And here we go. All right. This is Vermillion Invade. Ooh, wow. This thing's gonna... Yeah, it feels like a maraca. I don't know. I'm actually gonna switch to this. Oop. Oop. Yeah, there we go. This camera. So... This thing is $30, 3 minifigs, or €30 and 25 pounds. It rolls around pretty well. I'm gonna take these out. I don't like the way they're rattling around. You can just take. I don't know if that's great. So here we go. So it rolls around, not too bad. It actually, you don't even have to really push it down that much. But if you're just trying to slide it, like when I don't put any weight down on it, if I'm just pulling it forward and back, ooh, actually forward, oh wait, yeah, actually it's treading really well. It's not skipping around. Interesting. So that's pretty good. I'm pretty happy with that. I guess with the final product, if you're pushing down in the back, what that does, yeah, if you just slide it, it's fine. But if you push down in the back, all the pressure goes onto this little wheel instead of the tread, and then you're gonna have, and then this thing isn't gonna, so it's like, I'm pushing down in the back, and yeah, I don't know if you can see if I'm going slow. Yeah, see how the tread's not catching? Not as much at least, especially when you go backwards. But then if you just no weight at all and you just slide it, yeah, it'll catch all on its own. So, I don't know. I kind of wish the wheel wasn't there. Yeah, because I don't know. It works pretty well, and I think that's just so kids can very easily just like push it forward and back and not have to worry about it. Whereas, but if you're like really like, oh, cool, I'm gonna go this way and that way. Actually, this thing has a bit of slide motion, which, oh, I see. Okay, so here's its leanability. Not very much, little to none, in fact. And that's because it's not hitting these things, so these spikes aren't going to be gouging into anything. It's hitting this. It's hitting this little spot right here. That is the lowest point in the front corner, this little stud. And you got another little stud on this side. And so what that does is it keeps this stuff from gouging into the carpet, which is what I thought was going to be a problem. But it doesn't allow you to lean around, which I think is generally, I don't know, I'm not a big fan of that. But when you do lean it, it does allow you to like kind of like skid turn the vehicle kind of easily, because some of the pressure is taken onto these corners. Whereas this tread, if it was just all tread touching the table all at the same time, no skid turns. You'd be like, I would turn this, yeah, and it would turn around like the entire surface. So yeah, there's pluses and minuses to it. I kind of wish this thing could skid around a little bit more. It does look cool. I do like the look of this vehicle. It's like super weird and super strange. Closer up details though, if you want to see what the heck this thing is doing. All right, so we've got some sticker detailing. There's snakes and other mechanical, it's like snakes coming through metal or something, like if snakes were coming out of this thing. Same thing here. There's just like metallic stuff with like red snaky stuff. It's like the whole vehicle is just made up of snakes coming in and out of it, and that is accentuated with this. It's actually a single piece. I thought this was going to be a full snake, but actually no. It's just a tooth piece that is stuck onto one side, and then a snake that sticks into the other. Not as stoked about that, but it looks good. I mean, this is still a useful part. I just wish it was a whole snake. And then these are two half snakes. There's no other back tails that kind of just stick out. Sorry, they stick out just from underneath these two little layers. It looks okay. Obviously, this is molded in well, I'm pretty sure this is molded in a new color. It's this kind of like light sort of copper. I think they just call it copper, but it's very light. And we've got these Orthanc swords in copper, which look so good. Not Orthanc, Uruk-hai swords. The old Lord of the Rings swords in orange copper. That looks good. And for the most part, I like this layering. Like, I like the layering here. It's a little bit posable, by the way. If you really wanted to, you can flip them up. These bottom ones, not so much. But you can flip up these top ones, have them come back. I don't know. You can mess around with it. It's posable. And same thing with these, by the way. These are posable. And these, well, both of these with the snakes. They're on these little flaps that you can kind of move around. Not a huge amount, but that's there. And then the only other thing that really is posable are the catapults. And I do really like you can really lean it all the way back. Like it goes, here, if I make it sort of parallel, yeah, you can really it goes, you can pull it down lower than when this thing is actually on the ground. See how the flags go lower than this base wheel that the set's supposed to be on? So this thing has just crazy amount of jump. And I'm curious, so these are your catapult things. On the inside, we've got just three transparent red studs, nothing much. I don't know, they're bombs or something. And then there's a stud on the underside. So you can stick it in, and it'll stay in with the one single stud, pretty solid. And I'm curious, if you have this thing stuck in solid, I like that you can have them loaded, and then you can still ride this thing around without this worrying about these falling out. But if you have them stuck in, will they shoot out? Moment of truth. Does it shoot? Does it shoot? No, it doesn't. I didn't think it would. If you try it over and over, does it shoot? Does it shoot? Okay, so I guess that's what you have to do. You kind of have to just twist it out and just have them rest. So now they're resting there. They're not in the studs. Can you still drive it around and not have them fall out? Sure. Can you do a skid turn? Will they fall out? No. Yeah, and then you mess around. You lift it up. Just shake it a little bit. It'll fall out. But now, here, let's see if I can't. I'm gonna shoot it this way. Okay, it's as much in the shot as I can get, and let's get our little land piece in the. Yeah, let's get the little land piece there as a target. Let's get Zane out there. Okay, and let's see. I'm sure that I have a feeling I'm gonna overshoot. Okay, way undershoot. Okay, I was just testing it. Okay, this is all the way back. Whoa, that actually worked just. Stay. That actually worked just right. All right, let's try it again. Ah, that worked. Nope. This thing worked. It's not bad. They're not that inaccurate. Now the one thing is, it doesn't explode the inside of this stuff. So as a toy, they're just gonna sound like maracas. And I think like the fun part, I think for kids would be to like, ah! Okay, let's see if I can shoot this other one. Ah! Okay, I'm gonna shoot them both at the same time, and maybe they'll both stay in. But I wish these things blew up, like when they would land. Ooh, that was with both direct hits. That was the best shot. Okay, it's all downhill from there. I'm not shooting it out better than that. But what I wish, if you kind of like loosen this, okay, I loosened them up a little bit, and then you pull it apart just a little bit. Okay, yeah, they're loose now. Then let's put Zane out here. It should be like a cluster bomb, right? That's the idea, and I think that was a big like fun point for the kids and stuff. And let's see if this works. Great, I lost all those pieces. I'm not even shooting the next one. Yeah, so yeah, it breaks open. The pieces go flying out everywhere. The bottom half of this Vermillion thing is on the floor. I'll pick it up in just a second. Let's check out the minifigs, though. This, I would say, is relatively successful. It didn't deliver in the way that I thought it was going to, but I can actually kind of see why they changed things up. So I'm zooming it in, and we're checking out Ragmuck. Yeah, that's his name. Okay, so this is Ragmuck. Come on. Okay, this is as close as I'm getting. Pretty awesome armor detailing. This is a new thing for his weapon. It's interesting. I like, it's a snake that's kind of got a transparent blade in the front, and it attaches just kind of to the rest of some standard pieces. His whole armor is in gunmetal, and it looks cool. That's I really like just how well the helmet matches up with this sort of high neck armor. I'm going to take this thing just down a second. But like that is so good. I think that is some of the best detailing. Not to mention he's got crazy armor stuff going all the way down his legs. Let's see what his actual detailing looks like. I'm going to pull the armor piece off. Oops, I pulled his legs off instead of his armor. Let's get the head off first. That might help. And wow, this thing is really stuck on. You know how you get that? You got a new minifig, and like the head, you put it on, and then it is just stuck, like real stuck. That one felt kind of like this one. Anyways, let's put the head back on. Sorry, and let's show off his detailing for his torso. Sorry, it goes crazy like this. Here we go. Where did I put his legs? Oh, they're in my hand. Okay. Now here it is. Crazy stuff. He's got, by the way, if you can't tell what that detailing is, it's snakes coming out of his chest. He's got snakes coming out of his chest. He's got two snakes literally coming out of his chest. And in the back, I think that is, it's another two snakes. I thought it was three. Two more snake heads coming out of the back of his chest. So he is crazy. He looks, I mean, you got a commander with snakes in his chest. He's doing pretty good in terms of his intimidation quality. But yeah, I think this is one of the main reasons why I got the set. This minifig is just so cool and weird, and the armor piece is awesome. You can guarantee that is getting used for more custom builds, like that fits in just right with like an evil samurai or something. Yeah, and there he is with all of his stuff back on and his accessory. And then what the heck is Slag something? What's the name of his other guy? His cohort. Here's his cohort. Okay, I don't know. What's his name? His name is Slackjaw. Sorry, guys. once again, I don't know a huge amount of Nexo, and I haven't been following any of this recent stuff. But Slackjaw's got actually a really similar head to what we saw from Nexo Knight's bad guys, the General Demons from last season. But yeah, once again, he's got more snakes coming out of him. Actually, you can see the snakes better because his torso piece is gunmetal and the printing is red. So you can really see the snakes a lot easier than you can on the Commander. And so decent detailing, cool expressions for the face, and this ridiculous helmet. That's probably the coolest part about him, is he's got two transparent red snakes coming out of his helmet, which is just nuts. And that's a cool new mold for a sword. That's new, I think. Yeah, it is definitely new. You can see the snakes coming out. All snakes. Pretty sweet. Here we go. Nice, 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 nice. And we are putting him down. And then Zane. Zane is our last guy. He actually comes with another sword. I just left it out. But yeah, here he comes. Let me put another sword in his hand. There's Zane. All right. Tons of detailing on this guy, as always. You know, you can see all kinds of silver armor. He's pretty much all metallic. Yeah, not gunmetal, not darker like the other guys, but this is like more silver metallic. And even the mask around, the cowly mask around him is silver. That's silver. That's not gray. And so here's got his faces. Zany face, number 1. And zany not face on the back. That's just like a big thing on the back of his head. Some mechanical detailing. And this is the Time Blade. Thank you, everybody. Time Blade. Did not know the name of this piece. And let me see if I can't just get it out. This is, I mean, that's actually a really cool piece. It doesn't fit into a minifigure hand very easily. The mold is a little bit tight, but it looks good. And it's kind of like these two glowing. It really does look like it's glowing at the end, even though the plastic doesn't change. It's just when the plastic starts to touch, get closer to the copper mold, it does just get a lot darker back here, and then it's brighter towards the end. It looks good. It's definitely one of the more unique weapon blade pieces that LEGO's ever made. Yeah, and it looks crazy. I have a feeling this is going to look really good in some custom builds later, though. So we've got, those are the minifigs. Let me zoom out one more time so you can see the whole set together. I did shoot, wow, sorry. Wow, there we go. Okay, here we go. Oh yeah, and then this, by the way, hold on, there are other things. We got 3 red snakes and this little ambush spot. So you can lift them up. You can hide the snakes under here, and then they all kind of, they come out. I don't know, or you can probably slingshot them too. But it's not, I don't know. It's just another little land piece. Nothing about this, I think, is that impressive. It's just a nice little extra bit, some nice parts. I like the extra red snakes. And let's move this all back into the main shot. All right, boom. So I tossed this other thing. It's just down on the bottom table behind me, but I want to get up and pick it up. Here is Zane. Here are our other guys, Commander and Slackjaw. Okay. And altogether, I'd say this is good part to price ratio. It doesn't lean around, which of course I'm always disappointed about, but it does. This thing does roll easily. The track attaches to the ground very well, so you're not having any jumping. And yeah, so I'd say this is pretty successful in terms of its play features. This stuff, I mean, it's okay. It looks a little bit funky, and they don't break open on impact, which these egg pieces, which I think would be like a really nice added touch. But yeah, so the weapons function, it works well in terms of actually shooting the bombs, but it doesn't, oh, hello. I'm gonna knock these pieces out. But yeah, it works well in terms of shooting the bombs, but I don't know. The maraca aspect to it isn't the greatest. So there's certain aspects of the plays that I like and I don't like. I probably will take these out when I have this on display and stuff, just because I don't want them rattling around every time. But yeah, so there's the set. I'm gonna switch this back to camera 2. Back to the main camera here, and all right, so that is it for this episode, everybody. Thanks a lot for watching. If you enjoy the content, you can always like, subscribe. I'm going to be doing live streaming again at the tomorrow. Going to try to start at 11 a.m., start a little bit later in the day, and let's see how that works. This week we'll do it 11 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, where we are in San Diego. So anyways, hope you enjoyed our content, and I'll stick around for a little bit after this to talk a little bit on the live stream with you guys because I see a lot of questions that are coming up. So anyways, yeah, thanks again for watching. We'll see you next time at BrickVault.